Thanks for joining us. This is TV360 News Now. I am Olayemi Eson. The federal government in Abuja assured workers that it will tackle all socio-economic ills that have troubled the nation. President Muhammadu Buhari gave this assurance at the 2016 May Day celebration with the theme, The Working Class and the Quest for Socio-Economic Revival. Buhari, who was represented by the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, said that the government would involve solutions to the emerging threats to the well-being of Nigerians and the realization of sustainable development. According to the president, development must be sustainable for it to benefit society in general.
Labour remains unarguably an important element in any policy program and project propagated for national development. This year's celebration is significant in a number of ways. First, it marks the first May Day celebration under the All Progressive Congress APC administration, which brought to an end the 16 years of national squander, bad governance, unbridled corruption, and economic woes by the previous administration. Second, it is coming at a time when the whole world is experiencing some form of economic crisis or the other. For us in Nigeria, whose main foreign exchange comes from oil, the global decline in the price of petroleum has further exacerbated our economic crisis.
While several state governments are struggling to pay salaries and owing workers many months of salary arrears, former public officers, including serving legislators and ministers who are paid by the federal government, are still receiving pension and others mind-boggling allowances from their respective states governments, where they have retired or completed their tenure of office. These include 21 former governors and deputies, as well as senators and ministers in the Buhari cabinet. Who do not only earn mouth-watering salaries in their current assignment, but outlandishly severance packages at the end of their tenure of service to government. Some of the legacies paid by government to those former public officers range from 100% to 200% to 300% pension for life, houses in Abuja and state of origin, furniture allowance and brand new vehicles, renewable periodical for life, medical expenses for them and their families within and outside Nigeria for life, very generous house and car maintenance allowances, including allowances for utility and domestic servant for life. We find this double payment to public officers from taxpayers' money as the highest level of insensibility to the plight of workers and poor Nigerians, and a barefaced systematic thievery and looting of our commonwealth by those elected and appointed to serve our country. This is of much concern, as the federal government has revealed that 21 states are currently struggling to pay salaries despite collecting bailout fund of 662 billion, and was granting them a month moratorium of no deduction to pay up. We hold the view that these serving public officers must be made to forgo their pension and severance allowances while working for the federal government, as it is morally reprehensible, unethically irresponsible, and should not be accepted in the change project of the present dispensation. We call on workers and their trade unions, in collaboration with civil society organizations, to intensify mobilization to stop this abhorrent practice of bleeding and looting the already cash-strapped economy of the state by a few and greedy and self-serving public office holders.
The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) is insisting that the state have the capacity to sustain the proposed wage increment of 65,000 naira despite the drop in the allocation occasioned by the drop in the price of crude. The acting general secretary of the NLC, Onyeka Chris, told newsmen that the monies the state gets could sustain the wages. The NLC official cited Edo state government that had increased the workers' salary from the current minimum wage of 18,000 naira to 25,000 naira, insisting that it was possible for other states to implement same. This, he said, would remove the problems that the naira was facing. The federal government has condemned calls by some individuals and groups in the southeast geopolitical zone for herdsmen to leave the region. The Minister of Science and Technology, Obunaya Onu, stated this at Oburu, Ohauzara local government area of Ebonyi State. He was addressing journalists on the outcome of the All Progressives Congress APC Southeast Stakeholders Meeting. According to him, the call is called for as President Muhammadu Buhari has directed relevant agencies to take appropriate actions and halt the killings by suspected herdsmen. The minister said that the meeting involved elected APC leaders, national leaders, members of the National Working Committee, NWC, and other stakeholders from the zone. And also urged Nigerians to be patient with the president on the 2016 budget assent, noting that he working for Enugu State Governor Ifeanyi Onwanye has called on security agencies to give explanation on last Monday invasion in Okpaba, Nibble community area of the state by suspected Fulani herdsmen that left scores of people dead. In a statement while addressing the major stakeholders, the governor said he was saddened by the attack that took place in the community and appropriate measures would be put in place to prevent future occurrence. The Deputy Senate President, Chief Ike Ikweremadu, says the National Assembly will not support the creation of Grazville Reserve anywhere in the country. Addressing newsmen on Sunday after a meeting of the Southeast governors and stakeholders in Enugu, Ikweremadu said that there was no bill on the creation of grazing reserves before the National Assembly, and therefore said that the purported bill for the creation of grazing reserves was a horse, adding that the press should strive to stop such rumors. Ikweremadu said that the meeting was convened in reaction to the attack on the people of Uzo Nwani by suspected herdsmen. He said that the meeting reviewed that happened since then and thanked all stakeholders who had shown sympathy to victims of the attack. The troops of the Nigerian army have killed about 9 members of the Boko Haram insurgents in the surprise attack at Tatakura Wobel in Borno State. The acting director, Army Public Relations, Colonel Sani Usman, said in a statement that the insurgents were planning to carry out attacks at Wobi and the Kala Bagel local government area of the state when the troops staged the preventive action. He said the troops of the 3 Battalion 22 Brigade had an encounter with the insurgents while they were on patrol to foil the planned attack after receiving intelligence reports on the plot. Usman stated that 6 soldiers who received gunshot wounds during the operation had been evacuated from the battlefront for urgent medical attention and were in stable condition. Police in Ogun have intensified the search for kidnapped former Minister of State for Education, Senator Iyabo Anishilowo, with the deployment of 2 helicopters on surveillance duty. The Nigerian Police Force deployed the 2 helicopters in search of kidnapped former minister. The spokesperson of the police in Ogun State, Muyiwa Dejobi, in a statement said the choppers have arrived the state and have been patrolling the likely hideouts of the suspected kidnappers in various areas within the state. Anishilowo, who was kidnapped by some armed forces in Yawa North local government area of Ogun State last Wednesday while returning from a farm in Igbohila, had represented Ogun West Senatorial District at National Assembly between 2003 and 2007. The National Association of Resident Doctors of Nigeria has shifted its planned nationwide strike by 2 weeks. The strike that was to commence on April 25th will now begin on May 9, the association said. The national president of the association, Muhammad Asikira, made the disclosure while addressing a news conference in Kano. Asikira said the decision to shift the date of the strike was taken after the extraordinary meeting of the National Executive Council (NEC) of the association held on April 26th in Sokoto. The World Bank looks set to release more information on the spending of recovery loans by late head of state Sani Abacha, as it has referred portion of appeal by Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project to the Bank Archives Unit for processing for public access. Serap Executive Director Adeto Kubo Mumunu disclosed this development today in a statement. This followed the appeal the organization lodged with the bank on 5th February 2016 on the ground that the bank's decision on its initial request did not reveal important portion of the information request on how Abacha loot was spent. The former Niger Delta militant leader, government alias Tompolo, says he does not belong to the Niger Delta Avengers, a new militant group. The group had claimed responsibility for the attack on the Focano 48-inch exports pipeline, which led to a drop in power generation in Nigeria. A statement released by Paul Bebelnibobo, Tompolo spokesperson, said it is imperative to state that Tompolo does not have a link with this new militant group. Days after the attack on the Focado's power plant, the militant group responsible said the attack were carried out in protest of the corruption charges leveled against Tompolo by the EFCC. We go for a short break. We'll return shortly.
Hello, you're welcome. You're watching the Funny White Man Show, which is the biggest, the brightest, and the most entertaining show in Africa.
Funny white man, but this way you talk, it's too much. Give me 5,000 man that you. It's too much. So you get it like, when she move along the street, me should like I'm going girl. You know, my own people, actually. Yeah, fine, it's fun. I enjoy it. And I'm one of those very few.
I'm forever taking it personal. I will say 160 million Nigerians are corrupt. How? My brother, I'm looking for you.
Yeah, but it's a growth, and this is the time to build business and know the pitfalls and know what to do and what not to do. But there are months where you get business and months.
You know how we do, how we tell you. We do the way you do.
Hello, you're welcome. You're watching Trending Matters on the Funny White Man Show. Of course, they will bring you trending issues just to entertain and tickle your fancy.
You're welcome back. DPR intercept diverted petroleum product. The Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, has highlighted monitoring efforts with an aim of arresting defaulters. Over the weekend, the DPR intercepted a truck in Rivers State and enforced the seize of the product. They head downstream with the DPR Port Harcourt Zone, Patrick Emodi, told newsmen that the agency intercepted the truck along the Chobel axis of the state capital on its way to a neighboring state. Emodi said the DPR would punish any truck cut the VAT in product that comes to 6 million naira per truck of 30,000 litres of petrol. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Ibeka Chukwu, said the federal government will commence exploration of oil and gas in the inland basins, especially Chad basins and the Benue Trough. In a statement by the Gabaldin Mohammed, Kachikul, who is also the Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), said the corporation is diversifying its portfolio. The statement said the NNPC, through its frontier exploration services and renewable energy diversion, had progressed reasonable with the acquisition activities in the Chad Basin's frontier areas. Oil prices dipped on Monday after enjoying another strong rally last week, with news of a jump in Iraqi export bringing supply glut fears back to the fore. The commodity has surged for 4 weeks thanks to a weaker dollar, small indications that the global economy, particularly China, is showing signs of a mid-recovery and various disruptions to exports, including a strike in Kuwait. However, analysts warn that the gains would be limited owing to still weak demand, the long-running glut, and the temporary nature of the disruptions. On Monday, U.S. benchmark West Texas Intermediate slipped 42 cents, or about 0.91% to $45.50, while Brent sank 55 cents, or 1.16% to $64.82. Republican presidential front-runner Donald Trump has accused China of raping the U.S. in renewed criticism of China's trade policy. He told a rally in Indiana that China was responsible for the greatest theft in the history of the world. Trump, a billionaire businessman, has long accused China of manipulating its currency to make its exports more competitive globally. This, he says, has badly damaged United States businesses and workers. The Kenya Red Cross said death toll from a collapsed 6-story building in Nairobi has risen to 16 from 12, but officials declined to be drawn on how many more people might be still under the rubble. The 198-room building in Uruma in eastern Nairobi collapsed on Friday night after heavy rain and rescue work was continued on Sunday. President Uhuru Kenyatta, who visited the site of the collapse, told officials to undertake an immediate survey of all the houses in the area to find out those which are at the risk of collapsing. He also ordered the arrest of the owners of the building, which had been condemned by the authorities. The former Olympic gold medalist NFL Odombong has slammed the Athletic Federation of Nigeria for wasting Nigerian scarce resources by recruiting underperformed athletes from the United States of America while failing to deliver local ones at home. Odobong, who made the statement through his social media page on Sunday, said the Sydney 20,000 400-meter team Nigeria were made up to bona fide Nigerians and the likes of late Sunday Bada and Jude Moye. He also said the federation, led by Solomon Ogba, has openly admitted to lacking the capacity to run the federation and should go. Leicester City striker Jamil Vardy has been voted Footballer of the Year for the 2015-2016 seasons by the Football Writers Association. Vardy topped the poll of 219 journalists with 36% of the vote, a clear winner ahead of teammates Riyad and Kolo Katel. Vardy will be honored with the prestigious FWA accolade, which has been running since 1948 at a gala dinner in London on May 12. And that's TV360 News Now. I am Olayemi Eson. Thank you for watching.